Yo, welcome back to A Positive Lens, episode 6. I'm more than happy to be here with my boy Tommy. Tommy, how you doing today?
Good, bro.
Good?
It's good to be back.
It's good to have you. Tommy is a serial entrepreneur. He is one of my very, very good friends, and he knows a lot about mindset. So I love having him on here because he can teach. Like I want this podcast to teach people and people to take something from it. And Tommy, you can do just that. And I'm very grateful to have you here, man.
Appreciate you, man. Grateful to be here.
Dude, it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be electric.
It's gonna be fucking electric. But for the people that are listening, if you get offended easily, I wouldn't recommend tapping in because we're gonna dive into like the real shit. You know, we're gonna be brutally honest because you have to be honest with yourself to make something fucking happen in your life. So diving into it, I'm just gonna quickly go over the topics that we're gonna cover. So we have about 7. Number 1 being that life is electric. We're going to dive really, really deep into that. It's going to be fucking awesome. Number 2 is sacrifice. We're going to have to talk about that because you have to sacrifice a lot of things. You have to let a lot of things go in your life in order to, achieve what you want. Number 3, the mindset you need to have. This is the right guy for mindset. A lot of people say that I'm a mindset guy too, but Tommy's got it down fucking pat. And then number 4, long-term vision, short-term work ethic, daily executional plan. So that is something I've wanted to touch on, and I believe us coming together.
So fired up for that topic.
Is going to be probably the best one. That'll probably be right in the middle for everyone listening. If you want to do skipping, probably around the 20-minute mark is going to be my guess, 2025. Number 5, energy, frequency, and vibrations, the natural laws of the universe and how to maximize your output. That's going to be another fucking good one because natural laws, natural laws, I know natural laws, we can't bend them, we can't change them. If you know how to utilize them and kind of make them work with each other, it's gonna change your life.
Gravity, man.
Exactly, it works 100 times out of 100. Same with the other laws. We'll get into that. Number 6, finding a vehicle to be successful. Tommy's gonna dive into that because I just found my vehicle through. I've been doing what I've been doing since I was 11, so I don't really have much to touch on that because I just kind of dove into it. But Tommy will definitely give you guys a lot of value in that. Number 7, we are going to close it out. You might hear some controversial stuff over the course of this pod, but just remember to make it somewhere in life to learn and to actually succeed. You need to have an open mind.
100%.
You need to have an open mind. So don't get too offended. We're not here to offend people. We're here to actually give information.
I always say if it stings, it's for you. And it's healing you. It's like hand sanitizer, man. It's cleansing that cut.
Dude, that's very, very, very true. And I put myself in a position like every day where I'm listening and I'm around people that are doing much, much better than me. And sometimes the things they say, they'll sting, but I don't let it like offend me or hurt me. I'm like, okay, they said that for a reason. I can step fucking forward or fall back and let that what they said affect me. It is no. You have to be able to take everything and realize it's not there to attack you. I feel like a lot of people they realize like if someone's giving criticism, constructive criticism, they feel like it's just an attack because they're used to.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
take it with a grain of salt. Take the best, leave the rest.
Fucking right, dude.
Grow from it.
And that's the best mindset to have. That is the best mindset to have. Okay, so Tommy, you're the guest on the show. I want to spotlight you. Yeah, I want you to do most of the talking here. I want people to understand your mindset and the way you view life because I find it, very, very unique. And you've had some great mentors. You can touch on that as well. And I just think that the people that are listening are gonna want to hear what you have to say. So, topic 1 here: life is electric. And just don't fall for that doomer shit. Just don't be around those people. So tell us your opinion on that statement and how you believe people can take that life is electric mindset and apply it to their own life.
Well, life is electric, right? And hence why my brand, stands with a lightning bolt. I think it's how you view everything. One of our higher faculties is perception.
Yeah.
And if I always say this quote, if you change the way you look at things, what you look at changes. And meaning life is electric, that first part is life can be amazing. Life can be electric, so to say. But it's really all about your viewpoint. I think that statement comes down to viewpoint, comes down to how you look at things. And you can either say, life's hard, I don't have X, Y, Z, poor me, I'm not happy, I don't have money, I don't have a good job, a good career. And you can be the opposite of electric, or you can be happy with what you have now. You can be grateful. You can be just abundant and know that even if you don't have a lot, that a lot more is going to come. I think if you begin with the end in mind and just like be happy now, like that's the biggest key to life. Everyone's chasing like money and success, and yeah, we want all that. Yeah, like we're all after that. But what are you truly after? Well, you're after happiness, and that's where I think electricity is. The life is electric statement there is that, and I look at the word electric as happiness, and I think we're all after that. Like if you look at McDonald's, McDonald's doesn't sell cheeseburgers; they sell happiness. What's the number one? Let me ask you this: what's the number one selling meal at McDonald's? Do you know what it is?
Happy Meal.
The Happy Meal. It's a Happy Meal. Why? Because everyone wants happiness. So I think if they eat this burger that's not good for you, that they taste great. Don't get me wrong; it's just pure sugar, but then they're gonna be happy. But at the end of the day, everyone wants happiness. So that statement to me just means you can make life what you want it to be. If you want life to be amazing, it's up to you. I always say if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And that's what I truly believe when you say life is electric.
I love that, man. I love that. Thank you for touching on that. I want to ask I want to get into action steps a lot because people can listen to a lot of different podcasts, but I feel like a lot of podcasts, they don't have many action steps. So I want to be that fucking podcast to be like, okay, this is how you're actually going to do this. And everything's in the action. You can think as much as you possibly fucking want. Nothing's going to happen on it. So an action step to make you feel like your life is electric, what would you say that is?
Be happy now.
Be happy now.
Just as simple as possible.
Give more context to that, because a lot of people listening, they're gonna hear "be happy now." They'd be like,
"It's easy for you to say."
Yeah. Easier said than done.
No. So. Yeah, 1000%. Find ways to feel good. Feeling is the secret. If you want to be happy, feel good now. What's gonna make you feel good? Maybe it's cuddling up in a warm blanket. Maybe it's going in a sauna. Maybe it's hitting a workout. Maybe it's having a healthy energy drink. I don't know. Maybe it's going down a water slide. Like whatever the case may be, find a way to feel good and just be happy with what you have. See, most people look at the lack of what they don't have, and then they get upset and they self-sabotage, and then it's a whirlwind spiral downhill. Why do you think when one bad thing happens, another bad thing happens? And it's just a spiral effect. But if you do the opposite and you focus on gratitude and what you have now and that be happy now, right? If I focus on this warm cup of coffee that I woke up with today, that espresso you were asking me about earlier, and I'm just grateful for that, that can give me happiness. I can be grateful that my family's alive, my mom and dad are alive, my brother's alive.
Your health.
My health, that I can walk, I can breathe, I can do this podcast. What is there not to be happy about?
Exactly.
I think people look at the outer and they're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're on social media, you're scrolling, oh, this guy's traveling, this person's doing this. Well, I'm just at home, I'm on my couch, I can't afford to do that. Well, it's like, instead of comparing, one thing I want to share with the listeners is comparison is the thief of all joy.
I was about to fucking say that.
And I know we were very aligned on that. So just try to be happy now, man. Find things around you that make you happy. Find things around you that you can be grateful for. Find things around you that are going to fill up your cup. And I promise you, when you're feeling good and you're grateful, more good things will happen.
Yeah. And you hit the fucking nail on the head with that. Thank you for touching on that. Everyone listening, apply that. And I said in my last podcast, start with like the fucking gym. Feel good about yourself. Like you said, feeling is a secret.
Yeah.
If you listeners have not read that,
I got a good action stat for you as well.
Yeah.
Go in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you 10 times every single day, and brush your teeth with the opposite hand. So if you brush with your right, brush with your left.
Builds new neurological pathways.
Exactly. So you're opening up neural pathways in your brain, and then just look at yourself and tell yourself, I love you 10 times every day right away when you wake up. Go in that mirror, and you do that for a week, and you brush your teeth with your opposite hand. Tell me in a week from now, you don't feel absolutely freaking amazing.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't have that, like that self-love. And That's a good start.
Yeah,
That's
and
a good start.
If you tell yourself a lie enough, you'll eventually believe it.
It's very true.
That's what I did.
I've seen a lot of that out there. A lot of that out there.
No, but the good ones, the right lies.
So I've seen a lot of odd things happen in the world with those type of lies, but we won't get into that right now. But that I feel like topic 1 was discussed well, and I want to move to topic 2 because we are about 10.5 minutes in. So sacrifice. What is your take on just that? Just let's just say that word in general, and then tied to, let's say, sacrifice for self-success.
Yeah. Sacrifice, man. I love this topic. I have a reel on this on my Instagram somewhere. Actually in a hot tub. It was funny.
Yeah.
But sacrifice, the definition of sacrifice to me is giving up something temporarily to get something that you truly want in the future.
Yeah.
So giving up some short-term gain for long-term gain. And most people can't give up those short-term thrills, those instant gratifications for the delayed gratifications of what they truly want.
For example, I see a lot of this. No offense to anyone that smokes marijuana or anything, but I see a lot of people that smoke pot a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to hold someone back rather than, pushing them forward.
You gotta just look at your life and go, what is holding me back? If it's marijuana, great. If it's drinking every weekend, you're going out, wasted Wednesday, thirsty Thursday.
Yeah.
I like to call it figure it out Fridays.
Yeah.
I think it's Friday. It's a Friday day. Yeah. It's like, I used to go out all the time, man.
Yeah.
Like back in the day. So I can relate with those people.
Yeah.
But, and you got to get to a point in life, man, where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, you don't want to wake up one day and be 30 years old and like, you're still doing the things that aren't helping you grow and elevate. Like, you need to sacrifice those nights out. You need to sacrifice hanging out with the girlfriend, man.
Yeah.
Or for my lady boss entrepreneur is hanging out with the boyfriend, man. Like, you need to go all in for you have a probably younger audience. For the 20-year-olds listening to this and watching this, you need to go all in now. You need to spend the next, from 18 to frickin' 30 years old, man, like trying things, going all in on entrepreneurship or your goals or whatever the case may be. And we're going to talk about that in the future. But like, man, all the other stuff, like you can party like in your 30s. I always say this, I'd rather live my life. Go hard in my 20s, working on a business, on my goals, so I can live the rest of my life free in my 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
100%.
Right? And it's like,
100%.
I think a way to get out of the sacrificing mindset is, get out of the instant gratification mindset is to look at your goals and look at your dreams and look at your daily habits. And we're going to talk about this in the future, but ask yourself, is what you're doing right now going to set you up for what you want to achieve? And if it's not, what do you need to give up? I always say this, you need to give up to go up. Like genuinely need to give up to go up. People are like, oh man, I'm playing Rocket League all day. I'm playing video games. I'm like, bro, like you're not even making 10 grand a month yet.
Yeah.
And if that stings, I'm sorry. But it's like you're playing video games and you're not making 10 grand a month yet. Okay, I understand video games. I love video games, bro. Big gamer, huge gamer.
I used
growing
to
up.
be a huge gamer.
Dude, I like COD, everything, Fortnite, Shell, whatever the case may be. But I had to stop that, bro. Like one of my first mentors, he said, Tommy, turn the TV around until you get to 10 grand a month. Right there, that's sacrifice.
Yes. 100%.
If you can't do that, man, why would you be deserving of retiring mom and dad? Why would you be deserving of 10 grand a month? Like, bro, like if you can't give up the girls, you can't give up the party, like, everyone has different distractions, man.
Yeah.
But you got to have a high coachability index and teachability index. It's your willingness to change times by your willingness to learn. And then you get, a scale of 1 to 10 of what that is. I won't dive too deep into that.
Yeah.
But essentially put, man, you got to give up to go up. And sometimes that might even friends. Elevation does require separation. And I've went through different friend groups, man, year after year. It's crazy. People that were best friends in my life a year ago aren't even in my life today. You're constantly elevating, and there's people that are either going to come with you on your journey or wither out of your relationships.
And I love that you say that because I view it the same way. I say, you know what? I am going to continue on this journey. If you want to come along, you can come along. If you're not on that level and you're not sharing that same kind of drive and passion for life that I have, you're going to be left behind, straight up. And I will tell.
It's not even a rude thing. Like you can meet up with that person years later. Like when you're successful, go grab dinner, go grab lunch. Like Like I'm actually about to do that with an old friend I haven't hung out with since high school. But you need to have that time period where you're going all out. So I'm 25 today, right? Yeah. When I was 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, I was going bananas.
Oh yeah, like been going all in, man.
Yeah, 12-hour days, man. Like I always say, your calendar equals your paycheck. People are like, yo, come do this. I'm like, nope, I'm grinding. I'm working. I'm grinding. I'm working.
Exactly.
I'm in the mental lab. I'm in the lab. Like this, we're in my office
fucking
right
laboratory,
now. Bro,
baby.
like this room we're in right now, this is the definition of sacrifice. This is actually crazy. We're talking about this topic in this room.
Yeah.
This room we're sitting in right now, guys, used to be my gaming room. So over there's a TV. Now there's like a success poster.
Yeah.
There's my Xbox. And all I would do is play video games every day from like grade 8 throughout high school. I remember going to my first business convention, hearing my mentor, Bob Proctor, speak, and amongst other mentors. And I came home and I smashed my Xbox. And I literally like turned this into a war room, which it is now my office.
Yeah.
And I had to sacrifice gaming. That was my distraction. But at the end of the day, there's two things. There's desires and there's distractions. And you need to identify what is more powerful. What is more important to you? Is it your desires or your distractions? And if you want your desires, you got to give up those distractions.
Yeah.
And people don't really realize their distractions. This is actually a huge one.
Yeah.
Is people can't see their own blind spots.
Very true.
People cannot see their own blind spots.
Very true.
And I think it's insane because people are like, oh man, I do work, I do that. But I'm like, could you do more? Everyone's like, yes. It's like, let's do an exercise right now. Put your hand up as high as you can, bro. High as you can. As high as you can. Is as high as you can?
I can't even see.
Okay, now put it a little bit higher. A little bit higher.
Dude, I'm fucking pushing.
But you just moved a little bit.
Pushing it.
So you moved it, right? So
Probably like a millimeter, but yeah.
But yeah, so let me explain that. So you went as high as you can, and then I was like, just a little bit higher, and then you went a little bit higher.
Yeah.
See, we can always do more than we think.
100%.
It's like always go the extra mile, always be willing to give up to go up, and truly identify what is holding me back, okay? And then just start cutting it out slowly and replacing it with other things. So it takes 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to create a lifestyle. You play video games every day, replace that with the gym. Replace that with working on your business. Replace that with learning a skill set.
Yes, and yes. You got to replace it. You can't just cut it out of your life, because then that time period where you're normally doing that thing that you cut out, you're gonna be thinking of, and then you're just gonna go right back. And for the people listening, if you have things to change, fucking change them now. Don't be like, oh, I'll change it tomorrow. Change it now.
Tomorrow becomes never.
Exactly. The only moment that we control as human beings is now. And if you're just telling yourself, well, I'll push it off, like you're never gonna make it. You never will. You have to have that sense of urgency to be like, okay, this is something that needs to be changed. This is something that I need to fucking do, and this is something that has to happen now, because momentum is very, very key. And if you can build that momentum in this moment and keep it going, you're gonna make it very far in life. And yeah, just take ruthless action on these sacrifices, right? Like sacrifice or replace.
Man, I've sacrificed family dinners. I've sacrificed holidays.
Yeah.
I've sacrificed, bro, I remember my parents, like, they're like, oh, when I was like living with them full time, they were like, hey, come for dinner. I'm like, no, I'm working on one Zoom call. It's like, I had to sacrifice that because that's what I'm doing it for. Exactly. Most people aren't willing to do that. Most people are like, well, it's my family. Like, family is number one.
100%.
But there's seasons of life. There's seasons of sacrifice. There's a 30-day, there's a 60-day, I would call 90-day runs, where like you're all in, man. You're doing those 12-hour days. You're going crazy. You're filling up your calendar. You're doing what most won't to get what most don't.
Exactly.
And it's simply put, people don't do that, and it's why they have inferior results. I mentor people all over the world.
100%.
And people are like, man, I just need to get to this next level. I'm like, well, you're not doing what it takes. Like, simply put, it's like, oh, this is happening. Like, excuses sound best to those who make them.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna say it again. Excuses sound best to those who make them.
Fucking right.
And you can either make 1 million excuses, man, or $1 million. You cannot do both.
Say that again. You can make 1 million excuses or $1 million. You can't do both.
You can either make 1 million excuses or $1 million, but you can't do both.
Very fucking
choose your hard, man. They're both hard.
Yeah, it's hard to be overweight and fat and watch
hard to be
TV
fit,
and shit like that, but it's also hard to be fit, right? And it's
hard
which one's a better outcome though, you know? So choose the hard that has the better fucking outcome. But we got to move on to the next topic, because I want to make sure we can fit all these in.
Run it.
So Next one being the mindset you need to have. So this is a very broad topic, but the reason I wrote this down is because I want to hear your opinion on the mindset that you need to have, because mindset, you live your life in your head. Everyone will have some sort of a different mindset, but it has to be similar to get somewhere. So I want to hear what you have on what is this mindset that you need to have where you believe that it will work to take you to where you want to go.
Yeah, well, hence why I do mindset mentorship.
Yeah.
The mindset you need to have is that you can.
Yeah.
Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, you can do, have whatever you want in this world. Like, we are God's highest form of creation. So essentially put, when I look at the topic, the mindset you need to have, it's that, why not you?
Yeah.
Why can't you achieve something that somebody else has? Why can't you break the chains of poverty? Why can't you be the first millionaire or billionaire in your family? Why can't you be so delusional that you can believe it? If you look at all the successful people, they were delusional enough to believe that they could do it, right? I think the guy who created the light bulb, he did like a certain amount of tries. It was like 1,000, 10,000, whatever the case may be. And then that 10,001th try, he made the light bulb. He's like, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just
learned.
I successed. Yeah. I succeeded one time.
Yeah.
It's like it's just adapting and adjusting. And I think people need to have a mindset of like, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
You're going to fail forward. Most people fail. They get like, kicked in the face mentally. And then they just give up. They move on to something else. Oh, I can't do it. It's too hard. Yeah. It goes back to the choosing your heart. So the mindset you need to have is that, winners never quit and quitters never win.
Yeah.
And no matter what it is, man, just keep trying. Just keep going. Keep your head up. My mentality is never give up. Since I was little, bro, since I was like 14, going back to video games, my Xbox gamer tag bio was like, never give up.
Fucking right.
Yeah, let's go. Anyways, stop. Literally, bro, but it's like, you can never give up, man. Like, persist. There's a chapter in the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read that book, go read it. Changed my life. I think I got it.
I think that was the second book I read after Limitless.
Yeah, great book. And it's like, there's a chapter on persistence.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep going, man. Like, if you, you talk to people like, tell me about Tommy Hughes. They'll be like, he's one of the most persistent motherfuckers I've ever met. Like, I will not quit, bro. Like, I'll fail 100 times. I'll get up 200.
Exactly.
You just got to keep going, man. So the mindset you need to have is just like, grow, get better every single day, do personal development, listen to the audios, read the books, get in the gym, grow 1% a day, 365 a year, man. I know we're all about that. We both post that on our IGs. We're like 1% a day, So,
better, baby. Yeah.
Man, that's it. Like, that's it. Just focus on growing and getting better. And I also want to touch on this is block out the haters, block out the noise.
Oh, that shit fuel.
People will never hate. People that are doing better than you will never hate on you.
Exactly.
It's always people that are doing less than you. Clown, this and that, da 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 da. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So just the mindset you need to have is just focus on where you're going.
Yeah.
It's the tunnel theory. It's like go as far as you can see. Pretend you're driving a car in a dark tunnel. Yeah. And as soon as you get as far as you can see, you'll be able to see a little bit further.
Yeah. Step by step, day by day. Mm-hmm. Like we spoke about like 5 minutes ago. The only moment you control is right now.
Yeah.
Step by step. Build up momentum daily and, have that mindset to just never fucking quit.
Literally.
Never quit. Okay.
Never quit.
I love that. Thank you for that. Point 4 being this one. Long-term vision, short-term work ethic. Oh, this daily executional plan.
This is the banger.
You were fired up about this.
Long-term vision, short-term work ethic, daily executional plan.
So I'm going to ask you again. I want you to give your take on that statement there and what you believe people need to, have the long-term vision, have the short-term work ethic, and then we'll talk about the daily executional plan.
Yeah, long-term vision is zoom out, right? Look 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Who is that person? Who is Cameron Klein? Who is Tommy Hughes? Who is that person 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What do they want? What do they look like? How are they walking? How are they talking? How are they carrying themselves? How are they dressing? What does their bank account look like? What does their car look like that they drive? You got to be very specific. You need to have a long-term vision of where you are going. Yeah. And then you have to have short-term work ethic and a daily executional plan in order to make those dreams come true. So when I say long-term vision, have a big goal, man.
Yeah.
If it's $100K a month, if it's $1 million a month, if it's becoming your family's first millionaire, if it's having a successful family, a successful relationship, whatever it is, like have that vision. And then what are you doing to get better every single day? If you want to be ripped, you want to have shredded abs, you want to be jacked. Okay. What are the daily action steps you need to do to get there? You want to make $100K a month? What are the daily action steps you need to do to get there? So the short-term work ethic and daily executional plan is, I think, where most people mess up.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Bro, like I see people setting goals
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, amazing. So let's break down goals, right? Goal stands for go out and live, right? So first off, you have to go out and live, man. Like genuinely, you got to go out and live. So it's like, if you look at short-term work ethic, what does that do? So I use Google Calendar and I track my work and I work my plan.
Yeah.
So what do I mean by that? Well, I track my day hour by hour.
Yeah.
Like when we were scheduling this podcast, I'm like, okay, I can do from 2 to 4.
Yeah.
And then I have that gap for this.
Yeah.
Right. And then after that, I have meetings and I have certain things that I'm doing and I'm tracking my work in my calendar. So if you don't know what you're doing, how do you plan on getting that massive goal? So first thing is track your work and then work your plan.
Exactly.
Second thing is, what are you doing in a day? Bro, if I asked somebody like on the street, like if we went to like the mall or freaking Tim Hortons, whatever, and I was like, hey man, like what did you do last week on Thursday? Most people have no idea. Most people don't even know what they ate for breakfast yesterday.
I know.
So it's crazy. So it's like, I could tell you what I was doing every day for the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I know what I'm doing. Like I know my habits, right?
Yeah.
Your habits create your days.
Yeah.
And your days create your weeks, and your weeks create your months, and your months create your year.
Yeah.
So break down goals. What's your yearly goal?
Yeah.
What's your 9-month goal? Your 6-month, your 3-month, your 1-month goal?
Yeah.
And then what are your weekly targets or weekly goals, and what are your daily targets?
100%.
If you can reverse engineer, that is the key.
Yeah.
And then what are you doing once you have reverse engineer? So if your goal is to like, let's say make an extra $500 this week. Okay, what are you doing every day to make that happen? Most people, bro, just let time go by. They'll scroll on TikTok. They'll, watch Instagram. They'll watch a movie. They'll watch Netflix. They'll do all this, but they have this massive goal, but they're not doing what it takes on a day-to-day basis to get there. So when I see daily executional plan,
Back up from the mic a little bit.
getting fired up here.
He's getting fired up.
When I see daily executional plan, I see it as there's something called IPAs.
Yeah.
They're income producing activities.
Yeah.
What are your daily IPAs? They're income producing activities. If you're in sales or marketing, is it slamming phones? Is it calling people? If you're a closer, if you're an influencer, how many times are you posting? Right? If you're a mentor, are you talking to your organization? If you're a videographer, creative director like yourself, right? Well, what's your clientele? What is your goal for how many clients you're talking to a day? Like how many people are you prospecting? If you're trading, are you learning? What's your education? What are those daily income producing activities? And I think people confuse activity with income producing activity.
Yeah.
So activity is like this right now.
Yeah.
Activity is listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
It's important. It's necessary for growth, but people do activity and they mistake it for income producing activity.
Very true.
Meaning that if I listen to this podcast right now, I'm like, wow, I'm being productive. I'm listening to an amazing podcast. Yeah, you're learning, you're growing, but knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power.
Yeah. 100%.
See, to know and to not do is to not know at all.
Yep.
So people need to take these activities that they're doing, go on to these conferences, learn. Like I'm a big event guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or you listen to a pod like this.
Yep.
Okay, what's that actionable step you're taking and then doing on a daily basis from that?
Yep.
And still in your life, man. If you have bad habits right now, it's all good. I had horrible habits. You probably did too.
Yep.
What did we do? We instilled it with other habits and we slowly integrated it. 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to create a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I said it earlier. That's the key, man. That is the massive key. It's going to be hard for the tourist 21 days. Like I did 30 days straight of cold plunges in my backyard, bro. Yeah. You saw it on Instagram.
Middle of winter. That shit is
Middle of winter, blizzards. Dude,
Not
the ice was like this thick. I was throwing 40-pound weights on it. It was crazy. Dude, I had days my mind, mentally, I did not want to do it, bro. I remember doing one at like 1:46 a.m. because I was like, I almost didn't do it. And I did it because I made a commitment.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is a banger. Commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after the feeling of wanting to do it is still there.
I think you told me that the first time we ever met. That is very fucking true. That's very fucking true. Say that again.
Commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after the feeling of wanting to do it is completely gone. It's left you. You don't feel like it. You don't feel the same way as when you committed to your goal, to that person, whatever the case may be. You know, if it's a relationship, Tony Robbins said this, you treat the relationship like the beginning, there will never be an end. If it's a goal in business, when shit hits the fan and shit gets hard, you're going to give up. Didn't you make a committed decision? My mentor, Bob Proctor, taught me that you need to make a committed decision. And when you make a decision, when you decide, everything else must die. Everything else must die. Like you said, this is where I'm going. I'm going here. No matter what it takes, no matter who's coming with me, this is where I'm going. You need to just be committed, man. Most people can't even commit to their freaking goals or dreams or themselves. And that's discipline. That goes back to discipline is giving yourself a command and the ability to follow through with that command. You say, I'm going to the gym, you go to the gym. You say, I'm sitting here for the next hour and I'm working on my business, you do that.
You just fucking do what you say you're going to do. Be the person that you believe you are. Be the person that you say you are. You're going to start feeling fucking good about yourself.
And if you don't, it fucks with your subconscious mind. Most people don't understand the conscious versus subconscious mind. That's an extremely deep topic. You can do a whole podcast just on that. Maybe we'll run it
probably be like fucking 4 hours long.
But like that alone, bro, has changed my life. Understanding that, learning from my mentors, Bob Proctor, Alex, you know, all the guys. So,
well, that's dude. Now that you got me onto the subconscious, I want to talk about it, but we can't.
Or look at the next.
It'll be a pod in itself.
Look at the next topic, though. It's similar.
Similar. It's like I'd say it's on that. But if you guys have any questions about what we just spoke about, the long-term vision, short-term work ethic, let me know. I mean, I think it's pretty fucking straightforward. Just put in the work every day.
Yeah.
Like simply said, most simply put the fucking work in every day. And focus on the income producing activities, like you said. Make shit happen for yourself. And man, here's what I would want people to do. Grab a lined piece of paper right now. Write down 25 to 30 bullet points of habits and actions that your future dream self would do, and make them as specific as possible. Take those actions and habits and build a daily plan out of it from, you know, the second you wake up to the second you go to bed, and fucking execute on that every single day. And like you said, like commit, like truly fucking commit. Like, and long after that feeling has left you, that, you know, I'm fired up right now, I'm listening to this podcast, I'm gonna write it down. Probably in 2-3 days, the feeling's gonna go away. Are you still gonna fucking continue to commit on that executional plan? God, I hope so. So take that daily plan and put it to work.
I think one of the biggest pet peeves I have, bro, is people that like commit to something and then like don't follow through. I think integrity is something most people don't have. So if you're listening to this, work on having high integrity. People, like, you want to do business with millionaires, 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners, billionaires one day, they do it with people that have high integrity.
100%,
like,
man.
Your word is your bond. Like, I say I'm going to do something, bro, I'm going to do that. I know you're the same, but like your word, bro, is your bond. And people that have like low integrity, like I remove them from my life. Like the more successful you get, the smaller the circle. Drake said it. He said, circle so tight it's a period. That's like wear the Drake shirt. Shout out Drizzy one time.
Drake's a go, man. He's got the right on the shoulders.
Oh yeah.
So let's dive into this next one. I want to do like a pod on this as well, like just alone. So let's like kind of skim the surface and give people what they need to know to be intrigued by it. This one is energy, frequency, and vibrations, the natural laws of the universe, and how to maximize your output. So I know about this. Some people listening may know about this. You have to understand these basic things to manipulate life in a way that is going to work for you. This is all stuff that you apply after you've been doing, you know, your daily executional plan, making shit happen. Then you can kind of get into this and understand this. But I want to know your take on this, because you had Bob Proctor, which is, you know, this guy knows that shit in and out, with the natural laws and energy, frequency, and vibration, especially subconscious mind. But we won't touch that now. But I want to hear your take on those three topics.
Yeah. So the natural laws of the universe, well, there's basic laws, like I said earlier. The law of gravity, you know, what goes up must come down. We all know that. Like if I jump right now, I'm coming back down.
100%.
There's the law of cause and effect.
That one's so what you give is what you get, basically.
Yeah, like if I, you know, punched you in the face right now, you'd probably punch me back. So was the cause was me hitting you. What was the effect? You hitting me back. Right? It's like let's say you look at your husband or your wife or your business partner. The cause is you going up and hitting on them. And then you marrying them, that's the effect.
100%.
People don't understand the basic laws of cause and effect. And it's like you make your own reality. Like you make it. People, I remember growing up, man, and I really hope this hits like a young 17, 18-year-old listening to this. I remember growing up, I was like, man, what do I do with my life? Like, what's my career? What's my path? Like, I remember before I got into all of this. And I've now realized that there's not just one path for you. There's not just one career for you. It's you create your own reality. 100%. And you need to leverage the natural laws of the universe, like the laws of cause and effect, your higher faculties, like your intuition, big one. Yeah. Big one. Intuition, man.
Intuition is your subconscious.
Dude, that gut feeling, when you feel that, you act. You're at a, for my guys, you're at a bar, you see a cute girl, you're at a library, let's talk gym. Let's talk for my gym bro.
Yeah.
And then the intuition says, go talk to her. Don't be a bitch. Go talk to her. Go talk to her.
It gave you that for a feeling.
Here's a nugget for you guys. This is off this, but I'm going to give it for the boys.
Yeah, for the boys.
If you talk to her, she says, yes, I'm interested. You're in a better position than you were 3 seconds ago. She says no, you're in the exact same position you were 3 seconds ago. What's the loss, man? There isn't one.
No.
And then that's the law of cause and effect right there. Yeah. Right? So let's look at the other ones here. We have energies, frequencies, and vibrations. So, this is deep, man.
I know.
I won't go super deep, but I want to.
A pod about it like alone because it's so fucking important. It's
so
fucking important.
Bro, I'd run that with you. Maybe we'll have to run back. Run back a third. Who knows?
How about this for the listeners? Tommy and I, we will do a podcast on energy, frequency, vibrations, and then I'm going to also add in the 7, natural laws of the universe.
Dude, that'd be fire.
You've read the Kabbalion?
I actually haven't.
We'll talk. Okay, so I'll take the 7 laws from that book.
Fire.
And we'll talk about those because you'll know all of them.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hard hitting. So we'll dive into that in another podcast just on its own.
I do want to say this though, like the law of vibration is senior to the law of attraction. So the law of attraction states that what you put out comes back to you. Yeah. So where focus goes, energy flows. Yeah. Maybe you've heard that before. And thoughts become things. So I just want to give this to the listeners is you have thoughts and then you have emotions. Yep. So your thoughts become feelings. Which then become actions, which then equal the results that you have in your life. Yeah. And those actions are either actions that you don't take or you do take, and it equals the results you have currently. So your bank account, your relationships, everything comes from thoughts, feelings, actions, results. And to speak on frequencies, there's levels of vibration. You can't see them. Imagine like lines. I did a keynote speech on this in BC like a week ago. And you can only attract into your life what you're in harmonious vibration with.
Exactly.
So if I'm like,
it's a law, dude.
If I'm wanting like this girl in my dreams and she's here and I'm like vibrating here, I can't get her. If I want this Bugatti, I have a Bugatti over there. Yeah. Right. I have to be on the same vibration of it. Yeah. If I want to attract a specific business partner, a specific person in my life, a specific deal, a specific income level, a specific anything, I have to be on the same vibration as it. And you notice there's something called psycho-cybernetics, and I won't dive too deep into it, but it's a good book by Maxwell Maltz. Okay. And think of like an airplane. So an airplane is like this, right? What happens if it goes off course? So it goes like this, and then it's up here for a bit.
It's gonna end in a completely different area, man.
But what happens is the airplane has a mechanism where it recorrects itself. Okay. So there's something called our paradigm, which is your multitude of habits, which is understanding the way you think, act, do. It's your daily habitual feelings. And your paradigm was created by you as an infant, right? From radio, your people, your parents, all the above. I won't get too deep into that. But going back to the airplane is when you try to get better. Like, let's say you're like, I'm going to go to the gym every day. Yeah. And then you go for 3 days and then you fall off. It's because it's like the airplane, you got off the current vibration you were on, but then it recorrected. So if you want to shift that permanently, you need to shift your paradigm permanently to get on that new level of vibration. Otherwise, you're going to go back to the same habits, same results, and you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be 40 freaking years old, man, 100 years old, and you're going to have the same results because you didn't shift the paradigm.
100%.
So we can dive more into that another one, man, but I wanted to give those to the people.
Deep subconscious stuff there. Because like you're your subconscious
Might be going over some people's heads.
it's gonna. Oh, I mean, if it goes over your head, then I don't care. We're just
We haven't really ripped people apart yet. We said we were gonna.
Well, we said we were gonna, but we're being kind today.
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't have enough time to get into the ripping, but let's actually we can get a little bit controversial now. Let's say that in the finding a vehicle to be successful. I feel like you could dive into some vehicles that work, don't work.
Yeah.
Being able to
This will actually be a little bit
analyze choices and stuff like that. And yeah, let's hear what you have to say about finding the proper vehicle, Tommy.
Yeah, so when it says finding a vehicle, it's not going outside and getting your Honda Accord and driving to the gym.
Yeah.
No. It's not finding a vehicle, going to the dealership. No, it's finding a financial vehicle, a hypothetical one that you get in and you drive to your goals and dreams. So what do I mean by that? Let's say your goal is to make $100,000 a year, which most people believe they can do.
Yeah. I
hope you can believe that. That's not a lot of money. Yeah. And if you believe it's a lot of money, it's because your paradigm. It's another podcast.
Fucking change
That's another podcast. But finding a vehicle to be successful. So I'll give you this analogy. So in school, we were taught to work, graduate, go to school, get good grades, get a degree, then work, right?
Yeah.
Something called the 40-40-40 plan.
Yeah.
You're working 40 hours a week to retire 40% of your income after 40 years of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to start my life at 60, right? Are you? Absolutely not. I think I said this at our one speech, and it was like, I'm not down on jobs. I'm not down on school. I went to school for business in Toronto, graduated. I'm just up on right opportunity.
Yeah.
The key is having that right opportunity.
Yeah.
Most people don't have opportunity. So what do? They go get a job, and then they work, and they just go, I'm gonna go harder at this job. I'm gonna make, I'm gonna go overtime. I'm gonna work this Sunday. I'm gonna work Saturday, so I can get paid an extra $1,000.
Yeah.
It's like, you imagine doing that, but at a vehicle where you have no cap to how much income you can make.
Yeah.
That's the problem with most people is like, let's say you work, I'm going to give you guys a couple options. Let's say you work construction. Let's say you're a server.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say you are a bartender. Yeah. Could be anything. You can go work those extra 2 shifts.
Yeah.
Make an extra $400, $300. I was a bartender. I did construction. I'm not down. I'm not shitting on those occupations. I did those.
Yeah. Like we need people like that.
I did those. Yes and no. There's other people that can do that. The podcast listeners, absolutely not. You guys are better. Yeah. And I'm not saying just quit your job and go do something else. I'm saying like find a vehicle, find a side hustle, find something that you can put your time and energy into that can help you get out of that. Like, do you want to be doing construction when you're 70 years old, breaking your back? Probably not. 50, 40? Probably not. No. Do you want to be bartending when you're 50? No. You want to be like, this actually might sting a bit. Do you want to be like one of those bartender moms that are like 60 bartending still? Probably not. And I'm not trying to shit on them because I understand they're working for a check and I respect the grind. Yeah. However, what I don't respect is people that complain about their situations and do nothing to change it. Yes. If I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, man, here's an opportunity to learn a skill set, right? So like I mentor people in my one business, Revolt Academy. So I have my brand Revolt, right?
Yes.
And in that, we teach people how to make money through trading, through crypto, through affiliate marketing, through sales.
Yep.
And I do mindset coaching and coaching on all those skill sets, marketing, right? It's like that right there, for example, has no cap to how much money you can make. No. It's based on your work ethic.
Yeah.
Like sales.
Your skill set and work ethic directly impacts your income, man.
Earl Nightingale said it best. Legend. Definitely research that name. He said your value to the marketplace is based upon like how much you're putting in, essentially. Yeah. Like if you're putting in the work, you'll get paid off of that. But if I work a job, man, I'm capped at what they tell me I can make. Like people will go work a job for 30 years, man, to get a $2 raise. Yeah. $2 raise.
What?
$2 raise. Like, I got a raise. I got a promotion. Oh, congrats on the promo, man. And we all congratulate him. It's crazy, man. This is actually what bothers me about life. You will congratulate somebody for getting a new job, but when somebody starts a business that's unorthodox, there's no support. When I started my business, bro, I got nothing but hate. Nothing but hate. Then I became successful. Then I bought a nightclub. Then I started traveling the world. Then I took 56 flights last year. And now people are like, bro, teach me what you do. I don't say that to impress people. I say that to impress upon that you need a vehicle, you need a path that has no cap. Say no cap. Like you got to be able to bust through, man. Like I was a server, bro, at frickin' Milestones, at Swiss Chalet. I was doing these things, and I noticed that if I don't do something different, I will get the same result as all the other people.
You're stuck in the fucking rat race, right?
Bro, you're escaping.
If you do what 99%
Bro.
you're gonna have what.
Why do you think? Here's a statistic for you. Robert Kiyosaki. I say this at our events, and you've heard me say this: is 95% of people, guys, make 5% of the world's wealth. Right?
That's got to hit people pretty hard.
5% of people make 95% of the world's wealth. Why? Because they're doing something different to get a different result. So finding a vehicle to be successful. Listen, I don't care if you do trading. I don't care if you do affiliate marketing. I don't care if you do sales. But I want you to find something that gives you no cap how much money you can make. Like you do creative directing, videography, cinematography. Buddy's gonna be making Hollywood movies one day. Remember I said that. Anyways, Cam has no cap how much money he can make. Cam's payments in his pocket is based upon how many clients he helps, how many people he serves. His value in the marketplace is how good he is at what he does and the ability of replacing him.
I want to quickly touch on what you said about how many people I serve.
Yeah.
I think that is a mindset people need to adopt in terms of looking at sales in a way of what money can I take? It's how can I serve this person with the service I'm fucking selling?
Great point.
That is something that I see way too much where it's, money, 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 money. No, serve, give, watch what happens.
How much value can I provide people without anything in return? You want a biggest nugget? One thing to take away from this entire podcast is go the extra mile and give without the intent to receive. Most people give to get. The universe works in mysterious ways. We're talking about the laws. When you give, the secret to living is giving, man.
Like Tony Robbins.
The secret to living is giving.
Yeah.
How can I give? How can I go the extra mile?
Exactly.
You will be repaid in tenfold. If I help you, let's say I helped you a million things, and let's say I got nothing back from you. I know you're not like that, but let's say that was the case. I would get that back on a different area in my life or from somebody else. 100%. So it's like people just need to focus on serving, man, because service to many leads to greatness.
Yes.
And, trade your expectation for appreciation at the end of the day. And understand that, man, just going back to this, you're 9 to 5, or if you work a serving job, you're freaking, 5 to 11.
Yep.
Your 9 to 5 pays your bills. Your 6 to 2 a.m., your 6 to 9 p.m., depending on your sleep schedule, build your empire. Yeah. How are you building your empire? See, in life, you're either going to be building your empire or you're going to be building somebody else's. 100%. You just got to choose whose empire you want to build.
100%.
Most people are building somebody else's empire and they have nothing. My biggest thing, bro, is legacy. Like when I die one day, like that's why I'm writing my book, Mastering Your Mind, 21 Proven Strategies to Take Your Life from 0 to 100. When I die one day, I want people to go to my gravestone and be like, yo, Tommy left a positive impact on my life and 100%. Just give with the intent to receive. My book isn't to make money, bro. It's to give value to people.
Yes. And I want to touch on how, about the grave. It brought something up that Alexander the Great said. We enter this world empty-handed and we leave it empty-handed. So focusing on the money and just the money is not going to take you very far. Focusing, like what you said, on serving and giving to others without any intent of like them giving back to you, you're gonna notice some things happen in your life. And I personally can't explain it because we're only in the third dimension. We can't see how those vibrations go out and how they circle back.
It's all around us, but man.
Yeah, and it's just a secret. It's a mystery to the universe. But just give, and give. And I think I want to touch on this as well. As people are going to mistake giving in terms of giving, things to people. Give it your all in your everyday. Give it your all in your business.
It's not like buying people gifts. It's like giving value. Like right now, we're giving value. Like I get $0 for doing this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want money.
I don't want money.
But why are we doing this? Because we want to give value of what we've learned. Yeah. And that'd be my one nugget to you guys is do personal growth, man. Like trade Netflix for YouTube University. Something to grow, man. Something to grow, get better. Like I have I like to call it brain food. Yeah. When I'm eating lunch or dinner, I'm like watching podcasts. I mean, you guys could be watching this while you're doing that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I want to give a big action step right now.
Let's do it.
Fucking delete Netflix. Cancel your subscription. Delete that shit straight up. Like I think that is it sucks a lot of time out of people. Like a lot.
I think this is the one thing I've had to change in my life is like, I'm a grinder. I'm a hustler, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that God rested on the seventh day. Why shouldn't we? So like 6 days on, 1 day off is cool depending on what you do within those 6 days. Do not implement that, by the way. If you're freaking half-assing it and you're not doing 12-hour grind days, you don't get that day off. Period.
Fucking all.
But like Netflix is okay to watch like a movie with your girl on your day off.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, to your point, I agree with you.
Yeah.
If you're not at 10 grand a month, man, turn that TV around. Like 10 grand is like nothing now. It's like $1,000 now. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like inflation, everything. They need to get on that.
It's mental. We'll do a whole pod on how money works as well.
That'd be fire.
You know, how the central banking system is not out to help you.
Money is just energy. I mean, the banks trade your money and give
time
you
of energy and
Bro,
and people. Right?
Why I'm passionate at trading is the banks trade your money. You could try to go to the bank right now and go try to withdraw 10 grand. You can't. You can't. They're like, oh, it's not here.
For the win, baby.
It's like, facts. Let's go. Get ready for this next bull run. You want an action step? I'll give them a cryptocurrency action step. Crypto Bitcoin will be over 150K by 2024, 2025, going into 2026, next couple of years. If you don't get with the times, you'll get left behind. Get into crypto, get education. You can always hit me up for that too on my Instagram. Like, bro, I help people with that. It's stupid, man. It's stupid. I have friends that don't deserve to be millionaires that became millionaires from the last crypto bull run.
It's insane. Just just invest what you can. Invest what you can. Make sure you're putting a good amount aside. I think we need to do a whole pod on just investing, finance, and just making sure that you're putting things to the side instead of having your money just fucking stagnate and lose money to inflation in your bank account. Because I know people that they'll be like, yo, I've got just 40 grand sitting in the bank. I'm like, if you had that in crypto right now, your portfolio could be up 50-60%.
Yeah.
You know, like it's running right now. So if you want to actually, you know, have your money work for you, fucking invest it. Sitting in your bank account's not gonna do anything. I think a lot of people know that, but a lot of people don't know that. So that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. I think for me, I've been like doing it for the last 5 years. I'm like, bro, like, how do people not know that? But like facts, like you could be like, I don't even know what Bitcoin is.
Like you said, knowing, but with no action is to not know. So there's a lot of people that know, but don't have even any money in the crypto market. And it's like, you might as well not fucking know it.
Hey, if you want to learn about crypto, hit me out. That's one of many things I do. Not your crypto expert. I just know where to invest your money. So
this is your guy right here. Well, everyone, I'm going to have to cut this podcast here. 53 minutes. Tommy, thank you very, very much for your time. You guys better message him, thank him for his time, because he gave some serious fucking value. I would recommend really listening to what he said today, because if you're in a position where you're looking to grow, this podcast will give you a lot of true value, and we were trying to focus on action steps. So make sure to take action, because action is what is going to create the results. Action is what is going to create the fucking habits, and habits are what is going to create, you know, that new lifestyle you're looking for. And remember that feeling is a secret. Feel good about yourself, and make sure to put that work in every single day. Have that daily executional plan. Sacrifice things, and life is electric, guys. You know, it's fucking electric. You know, every day is a day to get 1% better and get one step closer to your goals. And if you can do that every single day, you'll feel pretty fucking good. So thank you again, Tommy. I appreciate it. And that is episode 6 of A Positive Lens.
Thank you too, bro. See you guys in the next one, and take massive action with effective execution. Let's go.
Fucking right. Bang.